Hello, YouTube angels and brothers and sisters and everybody. Last Days Jesus Freak here. This is going to be an introduction and also the greatest dream I think I will ever have, my rapture dream. Okay, so I came to the Lord Jesus in about the year 2010, I would say, and I have always had dreams and visions. A lot of them. It's never seemed strange to me. I didn't know very much religious doctrine at all when I came to the Lord Jesus. So to me, everything was possible, and I just really embraced those kind of things. I don't know, but as I said in my last video, I was asleep. Still very much with the Lord, still very much. My every waking moment is Jesus. Couldn't live without him. And I kind of knew that he was whispering in the back of my head that he's coming back. The end is here and I need to get on that situation, but I just couldn't. For some reason, I don't know, I just couldn't. So about 3 weeks ago, I'm just crying out to and asking him to help me because, things are so crazy. My life is so crazy, and I just felt like I would get on YouTube, which not only have I never done a YouTube video, I have also never really used YouTube at all. Maybe somebody showed me a video here or there, but I really knew nothing about it. And so I got on YouTube and I searched Prophecy 2015. I thought I was going to be receiving, beautiful prophecies of encouragement and hope and prosperity, because for a long time he's been kind of telling me he was going to take me to, the promised land. I had that in my head as a very worldly kind of a situation, that I was about to come into a season flowing with milk and honey, and I didn't know that it's actually the promised land is New Jerusalem. It's heaven. I mean, we're going home, and I know this now. And I know this now because of all you wonderful YouTube messengers and angels that has been doing the work of the Lord, and you put the truth out there. And I got to tell you, it woke me up. I received it. It changed my life. I thank you so much for the work you're doing for Jesus. Keep it up. You're just amazing. And so I've been, feeding myself with these videos and learning as much as I can, because here I am in the 11th hour, right? It's the 11th hour and the ship's about ready to sail, and I'm just devouring it all as fast as I can, and I'm in the spirit and crying out to the Lord, and I begged him to give me, dreams and visions and tell me what's going on and what I need to be doing. And I actually just realized I'm going to put two dreams together here because I feel like they go together. Okay, so night before last, I knew he was going to give me a dream. I just knew all day that he was going to give me a dream. He was going to tell me what was going on. The dream was crazy. Really, it was just, I was shown New York City, but what I was shown was a New York City that does not exist anymore, or that does not exist yet, because there was nothing there. It was completely desolate. It was just a city on fire. The whole city was completely on fire. When I looked and I'm seeing it, I saw the Twin Towers and they were on fire too. But I understood right away. I knew in my dream, I knew he was saying that he was showing me the Twin Towers to show me, first of all, that this is New York City, and second of all, that this is September. I understood 100% that he was saying this is September in New York City. And when I looked, I just saw, nothing. I mean, it was just gone. Everything was on fire. There was no sadness because there was no life. And without life, there aren't any emotions. It was very apparent that there was absolutely no single person living or breathing or anything there. That place was gone and done, and it was on fire, and there was no life there at all of any kind. And I knew this was the whole world, and I knew, and he said, the only thing he said was, it is finished. And when he said that, I understood that he was telling me that that was the end of everything. It was all completely over and done, and there was nothing else. That he was literally showing me the last everything after everything was done, and that it was September and that it was over. And I knew that he was telling me that. And so that was night before last. So last night I was crying out about a rapture dream, because I really, I don't know how I feel about the rapture. It's just such a horrible topic, and there seems to be no clear answers, right? So I wanted a rapture dream. I told him to give me one, if there was a rapture, and to tell me what I needed to know. So best dream ever. I will never have a dream better than this in all of my life. So it was a beautiful sunny day. Oh, it was so pretty. And everybody was outside looking up at the sky. Everybody. Now, I don't know if everybody is like the believers and everybody who knows and loves Jesus, or if everybody was the whole world. I really don't know. But I felt like everybody was looking up at the sky, because you could see Jesus. He was in the sky. And, there's clouds and stuff. So like he's moving around up in the sky doing things, and sometimes you can kind of see and sometimes you can't because of the clouds, and we're all just watching him. And then all of a sudden he unzips the sky. That is the best way that I can explain it, because it's like this line goes from left to right, and a part of the sky falls down like fabric would when you unzip. And then he took that part of the sky on the bottom that fell down, and he picked it up, he tucked it up, and he made a pocket. It was absolutely a pocket. And then he came in front of these things that he had done, came down a little bit, and he kind of puts out his hand and motions like, come up here, kind of motion. And all of us just started floating up in the sky and met with him. And then he took us and he put us in this pocket that he had made in the sky, and he sealed it. I'm not saying it felt like we were in a room, because it felt like we were just completely free and like in the air and flying and floating, and not a single kind of hindrance that you would think of at all. But he did this thing like with his arm over it, and he sealed it, and you knew that it was sealed, that nothing could get to where we were. Nothing could get to where we were. And he said, there's your front row seat. And this is funny because, my husband and I we're praying about this every night, and so grateful to have been woken up just in time. And my husband, he was praying, and he said, I want to have a box seat view somewhere far away and safe. And so Jesus told me, as he sealed this, he's like, there's your front row seat. And I knew that he was telling me, that he was saying that because of what my husband said. And then he left, and he went down to go do whatever it is he's going to be doing. And in my dreams, it's like if I'm in the dream, I'm in the dream, but then I'm also watching the dream. And so myself watching this dream that he's showing me, I said, when, Lord? And he said, before the earth quakes, plural. And I had an instant download of information. I understood 100% that when the UN forces this Palestinian state on Israel, when it's official, they're not just talking about it, but they've officially made this thing where they force Israel to have a Palestinian state. When they do that, every single nation, and I have no idea how many nations there are in the UN or anything like that, but every single nation that votes yes for the Palestinian state, every single one of those nations is going to have a devastating earthquake that splits them open, all on the same day. Literally the whole world is going to quake on that day, and it will make it stumble about like a drunkard, and it will tilt it off its axis, and a million other crazy things that are going to happen as a result of this. But that was my download of information, but that was all he said, before the earth quakes. And I knew that he was saying that, and it was the best dream ever, and it was so beautiful, and we were so happy, and everybody was so relieved. I want to tell you that too. As soon as we floated up into the sky, it felt like rest. It felt like rest, like our work was done. We did not have to worry anymore about any of it because we were good. We were going home and our work was done. And I will never forget that feeling. And it's the best dream ever. And I hope it blessed somebody. Be blessed.